Well, we have incredibly good news coming out of the Star Trek community today. Well, it was announced a few days ago, actually. And yes, I do say good news. That is not a mistake. The news is that Star Trek Discovery is finally being canceled after its fifth season. The season will now be out in 2024. It was supposed to come out this year, but they have to do reshoots for some odd reason. Who knows? But the show that has basically taken Star Trek lore and put it in a bucket and took a giant crap all over it is finally coming to an end. No more crying. No more woke ideology in the 24th century or wherever they went. God only knows. And I am proud to say that I have never even watched one episode of this piece of bile. That's right. I never did. I never watched one episode because I heard things about it when it first came out and I was like, nope, this is not for me. I will go back and I'll watch The Next Generation. I'll watch Deep Space Nine. I'll watch Enterprise. I'll even watch Voyager before I ever even soil my television set with this crap. Paramount broke the news yesterday. Well, this, like I said, this was a few days ago, and the creatives tied to the show shared the following statements with fans. I can hardly believe that this mind-blowing journey with Star Trek Discovery is ending. Sonequa Martin Green, who stars as Michael Burnham on the show, said in a statement, I'm astoundingly blessed by God to have played Captain Michael Burnham and to have taken part in a legacy alongside an extraordinary cast, phenomenal crew, and remarkable writing team. Yeah, no, not remarkable. They had to, from what I understand, like I said, I've never seen the show, but I've heard many things about it over the years. The show takes place before Kirk, but they had to jump the show far into the future because they were just destroying Star Trek canon, just destroying it. So somehow, through some kind of animal that they had put in their warp core, they jumped the show ahead into the future, and all of a sudden in the future there was no more dilithium because some animal sneezed, or God only knows what. Oh, God, what crap. Okay, anyway, Sonequa Michael Green played Michael Burnham, who was supposedly the star of the show. She was the captain of the Discovery. Apparently she cried every single episode, no matter what. The replicator gave her the wrong flavor of coffee, she would cry, or one of the crewmates stubbed their toe coming out of the holodeck, she would cry. Yeah. So I'm definitely not upset that this show is ending. Alex Kurtzman, who has no idea about Star Trek, was never a fan of Star Trek, but somehow became the showrunner of these modern Star Trek shows, including Picard, season 1 and 2, Discovery, and Strange New Worlds, which I've never seen Strange New Worlds either, and probably never will. He is finally getting what he deserves. Well, one of his shows, his flagship show, is ending. It's gone. They tried to say that they were the best because they had 5 seasons. The original series only had 3 seasons. Star Trek Enterprise only had 4 seasons. However, if you do an episode count, Star Trek, the original series, and Star Trek Enterprise ended up having more episodes than Star Trek Discovery, even though they had less seasons. So they actually beat them out as far as episodes go. They say that the reason that the show is being canceled basically is because Paramount is broke. They have no more money for bullcrap shows like this that nobody is watching. This show routinely only has viewership in the hundreds of thousands. That is so low for a show. I mean, I can't even imagine any show on a regular network being renewed if it only had regularly hundreds of thousands of viewers. Most shows that are good have viewerships in the millions, for every episode. So Discovery's out the door. Hopefully this is a good sign that Kurtzman Trek will be ending. Star Trek Picard Season 3 is actually excellent. It has Kurtzman's name on it, but he really has nothing to do with it. He's handed the show over to somebody else. He's not inputting any, the show's already been shot. He didn't input any of his thoughts into it. He didn't input any of his ideology into it. And even though it has his name on it, it really has nothing to do with him. So Picard Season 3 is hopefully the swan song, because I've only seen the first 3 episodes, but they're awesome. Hopefully it's going to be the swan song for Star Trek Picard, and to be the end of the Star Trek The Next Generation's cast's legacy. They'll finally be giving them a good send-off. Not to say that all good things in the Next Generation show series wasn't a good send-off, but they kind of left them hanging at the end of Star Trek Nemesis, that last Star Trek The Next Generation movie where Data was killed and B4 was singing Data's song, but they never really expanded on that. That was just the end. No more movies after that. That wasn't a send-off for our crew. That wasn't a send-off for the Next Generation crew, who everybody loves. I'm hoping that Picard Season 3 ends up leading into a few other things. I would love to see a Worf show. I think Worf has always been one of my favorite characters as far as Star Trek goes. Of all of Star Trek, Worf, I think, is awesome. He's been awesome so far in the first few episodes of Picard Season 3. So I'm hoping that maybe we'll get a spin-off of something having to do with Worf. But as far as Discovery goes, it's in the shitter, it's in the toilet. We can go ahead and flush it down and never speak of it again. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. Leave me your thoughts in the comments, and I will talk to you next time.